would you do if you were confronted by a monster so large that it was able to encircle the entirety of the earth? The great serpent of Midgard, tossed into the sea from a young age to die, yet survived growing to a size of brain-melting levels, this beast would play a pivotal role in Ragnarok, the end of the world. But how did he come to be, and what was the outcome when he faced up to his greatest rival, the god of thunder himself, Thor? Hello, I am Adam, the god of dramatic wordplay, and welcome to Pantheon Mythology. Today we're looking into the story behind the legendary Norse serpent, Jormungandr. If you love all things mythology, legend and folklore, then hiss at those like and subscribe buttons as we publish new videos every week. It's always worth having a hiss, you never know when the next break will be. Brother to the great wolf Fenrir and the queen of the dead, Hel, Jormungandr was a child of Loki and the giantess Angerboda, and naturally, like his family, became an enemy to the Aesir gods. Living peacefully with his siblings and his mother in Jotunheim, realm of the giants, Odin, learning of a prophecy foretelling how the family of misfits would lead to his demise, decided to remove the little cutie from the picture. Fenrir was bound to a rock, Hel sent to the realm of the dead, and our little baby Jormi was tossed into the sea as an expected death sentence. Drown he did not, however, and over time the little serpent grew to a size so big that he circled all of Midgard, rivaled only by my very own serpent, if you catch my drift. Jormungandr would stay this way, surrounding the earth, holding his tail in his mouth until the dawn of Ragnarok, when he would release it and join the fight against the gods, culminating in an epic battle against Thor, who was considered his arch nemesis. So, why did Thor and Jormungandr despise each other so much? In one tale, Thor travels to the stronghold of the giant king Loki, looking for a bed for the night, but found himself mocked for his size in comparison to the giant. In order to win hospitality, Loki issued a set of challenges to the god of thunder, one of which was to lift a cat off the floor. Wrapping his bulging biceps around the feline, Thor strained but could only raise it so that a single paw left the ground. Someone needs to work on their deadlift. Frustrated and admitting defeat, the giant king revealed that the cat was in fact Jormungandr, disguised by magic, and in lifting the cat ever so slightly, Thor had stretched the serpent even longer, and if he had managed to lift him from the ground entirely, the boundaries of the universe would have been altered completely. Thor, used to victories, was unhappy with both this deception and the fact that he was unable to lift Jormungandr, and so the grudge begins. Petty if you ask me. What do you think? Another story tells of a fishing trip with Thor and the giant Hymir. When the stingy giant refuses to share his bait with the thunder god, Thor decided to make his own, decapitating Hymir's biggest ox and attaching its head to his hook. Initially, the plan was to row out to Hymir's favourite fishing spot, where he'd had plenty of luck previously, having caught fish and whales. Thor, however, had other plans and a larger bite in mind. Taking control of the boat, Thor takes it further out to sea despite the protests of his fishing partner, and arriving at their destination, launches the ox head into the deep. After a few moments, a monstrous presence is felt beneath, and, much to the delight of the blonde beefcake, the bait is taken by Jormungandr. Using his great might, he hauls the serpent from the sea, and the two enter what can only be described as the most intense stare-off in the history of everything ever. Thinking he was getting a free meal, Jormungandr, taking offence to this trickery, spits poison at the god, who in retaliation reaches for his hammer, with the intention to smash the world serpent's head to pieces. As the tussle entails and the boat on the verge of capsizing, Hymir in a state of panic cuts the line, allowing Jormungandr to escape and return to his original position, encircling Midgard, tail in mouth. The rivalry intensifies. Other versions of this myth exist in skaldic poetry, where Thor successfully captures and kills the serpent using his hammer, although this conflicts with the legend of Ragnarok, where Jormungandr plays a vital role. Much to Odin's despair, everything he had done to prevent the prophesied war that would bring an end to himself and his fellow gods was to no avail. Fenrir had escaped from his bounds, Hel became queen of the underworld, and Jormungandr, having survived being tossed into the sea, releasing his tail from his mouth, would rise up from the waters spraying poison as he advanced to join the fight from the plains of Vigrid with his siblings and parents. It is here he would encounter Thor for the final time. Despite the size of Jormungandr, he was unable to overcome the son of Odin and ultimately met his end at the hands of Thor and Mjolnir. Thor, though, didn't leave injury-free, having been thoroughly sprayed head to toe in the Serpent's venom. Walking away, no doubt, in a state of euphoria from his apparent victory, the mighty Thor succumbed to the venom, falling dead after just 9 steps. It was a draw then. Across the Pantheon of mythologies there are a plethora of serpent-like creatures, but few are as iconic as the World Serpent. Many may consider him a villain as he was responsible for ending Thor's life. However, the Aesir gods were hardly saints, often committing atrocities themselves, much like the gods of Olympus. And although he lost his battle to Thor, he was also victorious, claiming the life of the Thunder God after losing his own. What's your take on the tale of Jormungandr? And do you think he was evil? Speaking of serpents, why not slither to our clothing brand, Pantheon Apparel, where you'll find this super awesome t-shirt inspired by the world's serpent himself. Alongside him, you'll find a ton of other gods and beasts from Norse mythology, as well as other pantheons from across the world. We're rated excellent on Trustpilot and shipped worldwide. There's a link in the description below. I dare you to click it. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date, and check out this video down here on the left to continue your mythological journey. Or if you want to go on a full-on binge, our playlist is down here on the right. Just tap, sit back and relax. Alright then, see you on the next one.